crazy tension than when you are still hoping for something.
Absolutely. And whereas Alireza takes his time to decide, we will...
Moves have been made in how much time? 8 minutes? Less than 10 minutes? Whereas maybe in the other games we'll see the players take an hour to reach move 5 or 6, we shall see. And also it has to be pointed out that Alireza did not play the most accurate way after knight f3. According to the engine, he is already a little bit worse, which just goes to show how difficult this position is. If you develop your knight naturally to f3 and this is an inaccuracy, tough to evaluate that correctly. c3 prompt hinting at d4, g6 makes a lot of sense, opening up the queen, stopping d4. Now bishop c2 is played. Alireza has only spent 1 minute. I cannot really believe my eyes that Alireza has spent 1 minute and 6 seconds so far on the first few moves and has not served him well. He's actually worse here after bishop c2. Why is he speeding through the moves so quickly, Peter? Do you have any idea?
I have no idea, especially because look at that queen on h1. Yeah, if you look at the black queen on h8, one really has the feeling that after g6 this queen already makes perfect sense. It controls the d4 square very nicely. Yeah, so it's very much in the game. I don't have any feeling like I need to move that queen next. But this queen cannot stay forever, and where is this queen going? Yes, one could argue that some queen f1, queen c4 activation could be possible, but do we really want that queen on c4? Will it be targeted later on? But I do believe that white will need to activate that queen, because you can't play the game with queen on h1 stuck forever. Tanya?
I'm trying to understand that. I get your point about the queen still not developed. But is it so bad? Because to me it also looks like white has made natural moves, Peter. You know, you've tried to take control of the center, you've developed your knight, the bishop from c2 stops any advance of the f-pawn moving forward. The queen eventually will come into play, whether it's through f1, maybe the h-pawn will move forward. Just explain this to us, that why is it that, that the engine prefers black in this position?
Well, first of all, okay, I would not read too much into engine's evaluation. It's more like, probably it does not feel like a very challenging way how white has played. Yeah, the knight on f3 is an extra move. Yeah, it's developed, but it's not exactly clear what this knight is really doing. Yeah, on f3, because it doesn't have good squares, and we don't know yet. This structure f2, g2 pawns are kind of still in the original position. Somehow this concept of putting that knight to e6 and g6, f7, queen on h8, I don't know, maybe something like even knight e7, f5, eventually of course f5 still is kind of covered with the knight and the bishop. Yeah, that was also the reason why Reza developed his bishop quickly to c2. But maybe knight e7, then we have seen Magnus was the one who played rook e1 to f.
h5, you just take rook b5.
Yes, I take rook b5, and I'm very happy that suddenly I'm creating some chances and kicking that monster queen away from d5.
Yeah. Just no time at all to get h6 in, because rook b2 threats are there, the queen is under attack, the knight is loose. Looks like with the process of elimination, Alireza will arrive at one of these two moves, and if he's thinking about defense, rook c5 also feels like the more active square. Placing the rook behind the pawn is also something that you're not very happy doing in this position. You want that rook on the open file.
Yes, but I think if we go back a little bit, there was one moment when they traded on a5. Bishop takes a5, rook a5, and Alireza blitzed out the move rook b4, yeah, just protecting that b5 pawn. So it's very much on his mind that he knows that rook b4 is possible. However, he wants to find a knockout blow. He wants to finish this game by force. Taking his time, he also cannot believe it, yeah, that okay, there should be something winning on the spot, but nobody tells him, nobody signals him what that could be. He has to find it. It's not that trivial. He has already burned more than 10 minutes for his decision. He's down to 21 minutes on the clock.
And also, there is no knockout blow in this position.
Yes.
You have to take a breather here.
The knockout blow is the quiet little move. Yes, that's kind of a very special situation. Honestly, I believe that, especially after taking his time, he will be finding it. But I want to highlight Gukesh's heart rate, and this is what also Magnus highlighted, that when you already know that it's not in your hands, yeah, then you are already somehow getting used to the thoughts of losing the game. It's not anymore this.
And he just simply missed. He simply missed the stalemate trick. Meanwhile, we've got a result on the Alireza board, and I believe Alireza has won his game. Nicholas, what happened? If you can just quickly show us. We left it at rook b4. We're seeing handshakes.
Yeah, not much more did happen here. After rook b4, protecting the pawn on b5, white is ready to push the pawn forward. Black really doesn't have any moves. He takes on g7, knight takes, queen takes, white takes on d6, and if you move the king, it will be checkmate very soon. King a7, b6, for example, king a6 and queen d3, check and checkmate. Next move, rook steps in, queen takes. So that means after queen takes d6 here, instead of moving the